Here's your daily reminder that the Democrat Party and woke corporations think black people and brown people are too stupid or too helpless to have a photo ID to vote. Hello once again, all my fellow patriots and you filthy leftist stalkers out there. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Angela Box. You're watching Angela's Soapbox, where I always say what you were thinking. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider hit that subscribe button, liking and rubbling this video, commenting on this video, and of course sharing this video, especially with your filthy leftist friends, because they truly hate my guts. And for me, that's a badge of honor. All right. I'm having so many first world problems right now, you guys. I like to tell you all stupid things that are happening in my life. So I am very technologically not good, okay? So I had to get a new phone because, as I mentioned last week, I literally put, y'all, my phone was in the washing machine, okay? And somehow it made it through, but the camera was all messed up. So I had to get a new phone, and thank God I had the insurance on it. By the way, get the insurance on your phone. Trust me, it'll be worth it when you drop your phone in the washing machine. Anyway, so I had to get a new phone, and I'm trying to repair it with this Canon, what do you call it, software for my camera. I can't get this thing to be Bluetooth. I can't get it to pair. It's driving me insane. So everything is like, I have to do it manually right now, so it's a whole thing. Anyway, enough of my first world problems. Let's give the sea turtle killing plastic straw to Joe Biden. I'll tell you what, man, or whoever's running Joe Biden, because this crotchety, cranky old criminal, like, he's going out with a real bang, isn't he? And he's like, if you thought my pardoning of my criminal son in order to cover my own ass and pardon for the last 10 years and ever to cover my own ass, the head of the Biden crime family, was something, these next pardons are like holding my beer. So let's discuss, shall we? Okay, so not only is Joe Biden's Mayorkas and all these evil people trying to rush in as many people as humanly possible over the border before January 20th, including a lot of children that they seem to keep missing. Just whoopsie, just losing all these kids. Joe Biden, in his last few weeks in office, is the pardons and the commutations he is giving are truly head scratchers. It's like, you don't hate the government enough, ladies and gentlemen. So last week, Joe Biden decided that, you know what the world really needs is a bunch of death row inmates being commuted their sentences from death row to life in prison without parole. And people like Jamal Bowman, remember who Jamal Bowman is? He's the guy, he's the black guy, former member of Congress who lost his seat. Thank you very much. He's the guy that pulled the fire alarm in order to avoid voting on a spending bill that would, you know, basically favor Republicans. Like, and nothing happened to him because he's black, of course. He was all for this. Former squad member Cori Bush, she lost her seat. She's also African American. And then Ayanna Pressley, who is still that bald, alien-looking lady, who's still a sitting member of Congress. They were all cheering this on, saying it's so great that Joe Biden commuted the death sentences of these people. It's like, oh, are you pro-life now? Oh, you're against the death penalty for murderers and rapists. And y'all, some of these people, well, look, if you get on death row, you're a violent, thug, disgusting human being. And if it's a federal case, that means it's like extra, extra bad. So some of these people, child rapists, child murderers, people that just executed people in cold blood, like just shot them, you know, as many times as many bullets as their guns would hold. Like really, really, really nasty people. And President Trump is like, this is inexplicable. So the Biden administration, keep in mind who the Biden administration, their DOJ, thought was worthy of being put behind bars. Pro-life activists who were praying outside of abortion clinics, they threw them into jail with violent people, murderers, rapists, drug traffickers, these, you know, grandmas and grandpas and just pro-life activists that were praying outside of abortion clinics trying to stop abortion. Threw them into jail with the worst of the worst. Threw January 6 people in with the worst of the worst. And, for good measure, decided to transfer a bunch of Trinidad Agua and MS-13 gang members into the same jails as January 6th defendants. Evil. Anyway, I don't want to hear one single peep from these leftists when Donald Trump starts pardoning all these pro-life activists and all these January 6th defendants and people like Tina Peters. I don't want to hear a peep from the left, because this garbage human, Joe Biden, who, never forget, once called black people super predators, okay? Oh no, I'm sorry, that was Hillary Clinton. Joe Biden said he didn't want to have his children being raised in an urban jungle. That's what Joe Biden said about black people. But because he's being counseled by a bunch of filthy leftists, wokesters, who are, just throwing everything at the kitchen, in the kitchen sink at the American people on their way out, in the last gasp of wokeism, these people that think that, these death row inmates are only there because of the color of their skin, he decided to commute these sentences of these violent, disgusting murderers, rapists, child murderers, child rapists, etc. This is how much the left hates you, ladies and gentlemen. This is how much Joe Biden hates your guts. Hates the American people's guts. Like, make it make sense that you are pardoning the worst of the worst, but yet pro-life Americans that are simply praying outside of abortion clinics, or January 6th defendants that simply walked into the Capitol after being set up by Capitol Police, how come you're not commuting their sentences? Well, we know the reason why, ladies and gentlemen. They hate you. So this is the last gasp of woke. Woke is on its way out. Woke is going to be nailed to the what's the word? The coffin, the nail in the coffin of wokeism is going to be nailed as soon as Trump steps foot into office on January 20th. They know it, you know it, we all know it. So they're trying to get their last licks in of, we're just going to screw normal people as much as humanly possible. But here's the thing. It's not just an affront to the American people. Because I haven't had a family member being murdered. It's an affront and a slap in the face to the people whose relatives were taken, murdered, raped in the most horrific way possible. Can you imagine being a family member of someone who was raped or murdered, or both, and like your child is raped and murdered? Like, one of the people that Joe Biden commuted the sentence of, he broke into someone's home, he raped and violently raped like 2 8-year-old girls, okay, and then murdered them. Like really evil acts that deserve the death penalty. And so all of you leftists who are now suddenly pro-life when it comes to commuting sentences of rapists and murderers, like, spare me your outrage when states like Texas want to put in heartbeat bills to save unborn babies who are innocent lives, who haven't done anything to be ripped apart in the womb. Spare me your outrage when pro-life Americans want to call attention to the scourge of abortion because you just got behind a guy that commuted the death sentences of rapists and murderers, like violent murderers. Like, you don't have a leg to stand on, all right, leftists? Not one single leg. You know and I know that your days are numbered, that your days in power are over, and the Democrat Party is going to cease to exist. You keep doing this stuff, it's going to be quicker than than you think. Like, the Democrat Party in the midterms will not exist because it's MAGA all the way, and it's going to be MAGA for the next few decades, if not forever, because we know what you're made of. We know that this is the kind of crap you support. You support Luigi Mangione. You're walking around going, free Luigi. You're celebrating the fact that rapists and murderers had their death sentences commuted, and yet you're cheering on the fact that January 6th defendants are sitting in jail with violent felons for years on end with no trials, or pro-life Americans who are just praying outside of abortion clinics are sitting in jail with violent people. Like, F you, okay, leftists? We are so done with you. And so for Joe Biden to do this affront to decency, this affront to normalcy, it's just another nail in the coffin of the left. and I am here for it. But in the meantime, these poor families have to deal with the fact that their government hates them. Like, truly just hates them. It's awful. It's awful. There's no other way to spin this one, guys. All right, that's where I'm going to leave this video. Let me know what you think down below. I mean, this is really a step back and miss the lightning moment, Joe Biden. So, you're going to hell, and it's going to happen soon. That's where I'm going to leave this video. Let me know what you think down below, and I will see you in the next one. I will be done. Bye.